Alex Ansary here in southern Colorado. So I am exploring a whole new hiking trail and I wanted to film this beautiful view. I'm not in my immediate neighborhood, but I'm in the same area basically. About 20 miles away. It's kind of a rough road. I mean, a Jeep would be better, right? So I'm driving this car anyways. About halfway there to the place where I'm going to park. From there, get out and begin hiking. But from the parking lot, I'll get an idea as to who's already here. One other thing that I can notice is that the soil quality, the color, it's more red. You can probably tell. This is something that I'm used to seeing in, well, I've seen in some places in Colorado. I remember going somewhere in July outside of Trinidad, Colorado. So maybe it's also the time of year, the way the soil appears. Also red rock. So certain forests will have a certain tone to them. Arizona is usually what I think of when I think of red rock. I still have yet to go to Arizona and hang out with people there, and that's on my to-do list one of these days. This is not something that I would want to, wow. I wouldn't want to drive through here during the winter. Up or down. So coming back, I'm glad I don't have to worry about too much. Although thunderstorms could be coming in today in a few hours. We're at 10 o'clock right now. I remember to bring both cameras. I may just have this one. And that'll be fine. So the idea for me, you know, yeah, I'm online a lot, so I try to get out, change up my energy, keep my mind clear. We've been getting some moisture, so the fire risk has been reduced from where it was, from extremely high to moderate. In forests throughout Colorado, in fact, camping was banned, believe it or not. Very historic. So I'm going to share this natural beauty with you. A little bit closer to nature than the last hike that we took. But it does appear that this is a path that works its way down. I don't want to get too deep into politics, but I am going to be exploring some ideas. The mystery of life. Why are we here? And I'm going to focus on that. Sometimes it's easier to focus on my own truth when I'm out in these environments. I saw a couple cars in the parking lot, but it could be clear for me to speak without interruption. So why are we alive? At some point you may have even asked yourself or asked God, God, what did I do to get sent here? Or sent here again if you believe in such a thing. And within the paradigm of the belief of reincarnation, there are many that believe that we only reincarnate on Earth, and some people believe otherwise. What I can tell you is this: I believe that we're here to evolve somehow, some way. And that there are, first of all, there's a lot of stuff regarding suicide in the news. And I felt a decade ago that I'd wake up in a reality where people would just be dropping off left and right. If you're struggling with feelings of quote-unquote checking out, maybe I'll be the first to tell you today that you're not alone. Now, a lot of people, this is a beautiful landscape. I'd say that many souls are being tested at this time in a number of different ways. Some are being tempted to the dark side, some are being tempted to just check out. Because if we give up this body and all the work and energy that went into this apparatus, it's not a good thing. It's a waste of resource. Are there elements of this archonic matrix maze that want us to off ourselves even slowly? Yes. And even off your own soul. How do you do that? You'll harm someone else, right? You allow the archonic influence to take you over. And a lot of people are doing just that. There's a lot of these stories, crime stories, that are in the news, and without focusing on any specific example, right? There's an element of society that is checking out. Roseanne, there's a lot of focus on Roseanne and her recent freak out. Lady looks possessed. Some people think that in fact she's acting to boost popularity for her own YouTube channel, but now I'm already getting off topic. That's not the Roseanne that some of us remember, sweet old Roseanne from the TV show. Something's happening, not just to our fellow Americans, but to our fellow humans, but especially our fellow Americans. I'd say there's a lot of evil that is manifesting here and from some of the people that live here. And I think that over time it'd be nice to see that change. It's almost as if the more evil that you have going on in a certain region, or people creating evil for others, doing evil to others, the more harm it brings that region, right? So people could be feeling that. There could be moments where there are lunar, solar, and other celestial influences that bring out those emotions that haven't been addressed yet, right? We may think that we're our name or ethnicity, but we're really a soul-like electricity that animates the biological flesh. And we live in this world of duality, of materialism, of the illusions of separation that wants to lead us into many of these false light ways of looking at the world, of understanding duality, most of all where there is good and identifying where there is evil. There is importance in having the knowledge and discernment between good and evil. Isn't it interesting that mainstream Orthodox religions have subtly, subconsciously, right, convinced countless human beings throughout time that it is evil to want to know the difference between the two, right? That's actually the knowledge that we need. That's the discernment that people are missing today. So like the Matrix, I think that we're in that type of a reality. And there's things that we can do, human action in this physical world, that certain spirits, especially those that off themselves, just can't do. You know, picture yourself in a certain situation or occupation where you're able to do a certain thing, and if you no longer have that occupation or a job, then you're not able to interact with that thought form artificial construct. Well, this is an artificial construct, but it still has purpose. Life is an illusion. This is an illusion, but there's purpose to being in this type of a matrix / illusion, Maya type reality. There's purpose to it. If we check out before we complete our tasks, there could be danger for the soul. Ask Alex questions as he walks through the forest. Well, actually, we can't do a live stream as I walk through the forest. There's no signal here, nor is this a cell phone. But maybe I can recollect some commonly asked questions, right, regarding things of that nature. So we're walking along a river here in southern Colorado, waiting for a key question to come to mind. But yeah, I think I've explained why I live off the grid in a lot of different videos, and I've worked to articulate why I'm outside the left-right paradigm. Even if somebody comes across my content, may be attracted to one video, and when it comes to the political understanding, they may not know that there's a big difference between myself and the mainstream media, as well as people like Alex Jones and others. They may not know the difference. Every human being has a unique fingerprint, they say, perhaps energy signature. I don't disbelieve it. I do believe it. We can be tracked by those things. Those very things that make us unique, though, are special. Just like we have a unique fingerprint, those that are involved in sharing their truth have a unique message. And a lot of people forget that about some of the things that I discuss. There's a reason why it's not familiar to you. There's a reason why it doesn't fit into your normal, whether it be Orthodox religion, atheistic programming, political box, race war, competition theology. It doesn't fit in to the many narratives. Once one understands that and makes peace with that, then, and only then, can some of the teachings and information I share with you be applied to your life. When you understand why it's unique. And that different information and ideas is not a threat. It's only a threat to your programming, but that's a good thing. You'll want to shake up your programming. We want to be free of ego, myself included, from the idea that we have it all figured out. As they say, wisdom is knowing what you don't know, knowing you're a fool to a certain extent. And there is something magical, by the way, of coming somewhere like this and not knowing the path. Well, this is a very familiar type of experience of walking in the forest next to a river. Haven't found any hot springs. Just a little bit of deja vu. We are in a beautiful slice of nature, but we haven't escaped the matrix. We're in the matrix. This is the greener side of the prison planet. The bodysuit that I inhabit does seem native to the earth, even though I temporarily occupy it. Yet we are in the day and age of mass media mind control, trying to reprogram our values regarding certain things. This is a century that we're walking into like no other. With the elite in possession of technology that Adolf Hitler could only dream of. So there is purpose to life. There is purpose to staying alive during incredibly threatening times. Somebody's got to do the work of narrating what happened here before it happened. Before it happened, before the big event. There are all the things that happened first. Directions that society took. Ways in which people shifted their personalities 180 degrees. Ways in which our fellow brothers and sisters in the alternative media have almost been taken over by a dark wave. A wave of consciousness that for whatever reason, somehow, some way, we resisted that takeover. But the takeover is real. The evil in the hearts of men and women is real. They have embedded themselves within the system, within law enforcement, within the military. And so, this is a mix, a powerful mix of energies. Just like music has a powerful tone to it, from heavy metal to synth to techno to what I'm listening to now. But the pulse of what's going on amongst the many, many humans that have populated this planet, that is a concert for galactic themes like no other, ladies and gentlemen. And many of our peers are being played just like a video game, in the same way that somebody playing an Xbox would be manipulating the characters on the screen. In the greater reality, it's like some of us are living out a scene from the Truman Show. Becoming aware of our surroundings. Becoming aware of the artificial construct. Becoming aware of how this reality affects us. Becoming aware of how we affect this reality. And while we are alive today in the body with the gift of communication, we have the ability to affect this reality, to affect the direction of souls, the direction of matter, the direction of these man-made structures. in a way that spirit cannot, in a way that some of these spiritual parasites cannot, or our body, for example, if we were to off ourselves, cannot.